You can't tell me Minecraft is the worst movie of 2025 when Snow White exists. That's right.
Minecraft in the United States in one weekend made more money than Snow White has made globally after 3 weekends. That's how bad it is right now. When we look, you can see families were more than willing to go to the box office to support something like the Minecraft movie, while Rachel Zegler's Snow White continues to plunge.
Literally the only person there. And do you not understand how humiliating this is? Meanwhile, the experience at Minecraft goes something like this.
This is insane. Chicken shop.
What they really mean is they're describing a worldview that hates you, that hates everything America stands for.
But it says, meanwhile, over in the kingdom of crumbling crowns, Disney's Snow White dropped like an enchanted apple.
Saying that audiences will always line up to see her no matter what she does.
Every premiere and everything I do, people will wait in line to see.
You know what's interesting about all of this is that the only person waiting in line to see Snow White was Rachel Zegler.
But you don't seemingly like your own character, so she comes off as an insufferable, whiny brat.
Well, we all basically knew that Snow White was going to be a massive failure at the box office because of Rachel Zegler's controversial statement.
Doesn't need a prince to save her, and not surrounded by 7 weird people. Oh, okay, just CGI fictional goblins, I guess.
And if you disagree with this sentiment, I don't need your business. Thanks.
You know, I don't need your business. You know what? Maybe Disney does. Maybe you're a tool, you're a pawn in this film. You didn't write it, you didn't direct it, you have nothing to do with the creation of Snow White. Right. You should shut up and do the job. Right, we're talking about ultra-far leftists, people who believe that men and women are a figment of your imagination, that your money is not your own, that your family is not your own, and that your country is not your own. That's what woke me.
I don't think they're gonna buy it, I don't think they're gonna watch it, I don't think they're gonna like it.
Warner Brothers' Minecraft movie versus Disney's Snow White, which in theory should be quite a battle, but it's not even a fair fight. And it's pretty hysterical, actually, to watch.
Rachel Zegler is a loudmouth.
Now, there is no doubt about it that Snow White 2025 is considered by far one of the worst box office failures, not just with Disney, but also in the entire film history when it comes down to live-action remakes.
Snow White, of course, famously played by the insufferable girl boss narcissist, who's just clinical at this point.
What would you say to those who are just kind of overly critiquing the film at this point? You've worked so hard on it.
Minecraft just pulled a total mic drop on Disney. The Snow White remake, which was supposed to be this big thing, bombed so hard that it's almost a joke. And here's Minecraft, a video game turned movie, casually raking in $163 million in its opening weekend. Yes, you read that right. $163 million in just 3 days. Like, if that's not success, I don't know what is.
Minecraft just destroyed some box office records this weekend, making $163 million.
Now, let's talk about Snow White. Disney's remake was supposed to be this big, glorious revival, right? Wrong. Instead of being all about that timeless magic, Disney decided to go overboard with political messages and try to be too creative for their own good. Seriously, they tried to turn Snow White into this political warrior figure, all while leaving behind what made her, the classic Disney princess, so iconic in the first place. The result? A disaster. A whole lot of fans got up and said, nope, not my Snow White, and, well, the ratings. Let's just say they looked like a bomb about to go off. And boom, it tanked. The remake didn't even make close to what they were hoping, and Disney ended up with a massive loss.
Can we spend 1 minute on Snow White and how it totally imploded at the box office this weekend? It was so delicious. The thing they spent $170 million to make the thing, and it had the lowest opening, under $50 million, of any of these live action Disney remakes that they've ever had.
Honestly, the movie had so much potential, but instead of sticking to the story that made Disney the empire it is today, they got way too caught up in pushing social issues. It's like they thought, hey, let's just throw in a bunch of modern-day social commentary and forget the fact that the reason people loved Snow White was because of her classic fairy tale charm. Fans felt blindsided by this, and instead of celebrating the iconic story we grew up with, Disney decided it was time to change everything. That's when it all went downhill.
Maybe not destroy a classic from my childhood and put an actress in there that not only hates the plot and the storyline of the movie she's in, but also seemingly hates Snow White, the character herself.
So here comes Rachel Zegler, the star of this whole Snow White mess, doubling down on the reimagine everything vibe. She was talking about Snow White being this fierce leader, out there fighting battles, and even tagging along with a bandit. Like, seriously, what is going on? It's almost like they were trying to turn Snow White into some sort of feminist superhero, but why? What was wrong with the classic story? Did Snow White really need to turn into a warrior queen in a fight for change?
I mean that it's no longer 1937, and we absolutely wrote a Snow White that is
not going to be saved by the prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be, and the leader that her late father told her that she could be if she was fearless, fair, brave, and true.
Imagine Batman saying, I don't need Batmobile because it causes pollution, and it is not eco-friendly. Yeah, that's exactly what Zegler did. She said Snow White's story was outdated, and she doesn't need a prince anymore. And guess what? Fans were not here for it, not even a little bit. They shut it down, and the movie got the coldest reception ever. Disney lost its core audience, and fans let them know exactly how they felt.
The original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story. With a guy who literally stalks her.
Yeah.
Weird.
Super weird.
So we didn't do that this time.
Now, let's talk about the real shocker here. Minecraft, a video game, got turned into a movie that earned more than Disney's Snow White remake, even though it didn't have decades of nostalgic magic backing it up. This movie, this adaptation, didn't rely on political agendas, didn't shove social messages down anyone's throat, and guess what? People loved it. The movie kept it simple, fun, and didn't make the audience feel like they were being lectured. They respected the source material, they didn't try to reinvent the wheel. And guess what? It worked. No over-the-top creative choices, no need to update anything, just pure, unadulterated fun. Minecraft didn't have the same rich history that Disney's Snow White does. It's not a beloved, centuries-old fairy tale, but what it did have was a dedicated fan base, a well-known name, and most importantly, respect for the game and its original concept. They didn't try to change it or make it into something it wasn't. They just took the core of what Minecraft is and turned it into a movie that people could enjoy. And guess what? It paid off big time. Minecraft became a box office champion, while Disney's Snow White remake sank faster than the Titanic.
Opened last weekend to some record-setting numbers. Biggest opening of the year so far by a large margin. Biggest opening for a video game adaptation, beating out the Super Mario Brothers movie. Made, I think, about $183, $84, $85, $86 million. Something along those lines. Or 163, 164, not 180, 160 some odd million dollars. Amazing opening.
It's like a lesson for Hollywood here, right? Remakes, reboots, whatever. They should focus on honoring the original story and staying true to the essence of what made it great in the first place. Fans don't want to feel like they're being re-educated about the world through a movie. They want to have fun. They want to escape. And what did we get with Snow White? A lecture. A lecture on social issues that no one was asking for? Newsflash, Disney. If you want to make a remake, respect the original story, respect the fans, and stop treating audiences like they need a lesson on political correctness in their fairy tales.
Yeah, it's okay to modernize things, but if you have such an issue with the original fairy tale and the original storyline, maybe instead of remaking it, you just make a different movie.
This whole thing is a major takeaway for Hollywood. Keep it original. If it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. Simplicity works. Staying true to the story works. And most importantly, stop alienating your fan base for the sake of an agenda. You want to win with the audience? Then give them what they want, not what you think they should want. And if you make the mistake of ignoring that, well, you're probably going to end up like Disney, sitting on a pile of failed remakes while something like Minecraft, of all things, takes over the box office. And you know what? It's not just Disney here. This is a warning to all of Hollywood. Respect your source material, make movies for the fans, not for some agenda. If it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. And guess what? If you actually listen to your audience, they'll appreciate the movie a lot more. Stop making things complex. Stop trying to force-feed a message to everyone. And remember, simplicity, staying original, and respecting what worked is the key to success. This whole battle is still brewing, guys. I'm telling you, Disney's not out of the woods yet. Don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment, and of course, subscribe. See you in the next video.